Hi, I'm Barry Conrad, and this is Banter with BC. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, brother.
And today I'm here with my guest, Keiynan Lonsdale. Keiynan, do you want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah, I mean, just, Keiynan Lonsdale, that's my name. I'm a performing artist. I'm a slasher. That's what I've been called. Actually, this morning, someone was like, you're a slasher. I'm like, yeah. Sing, dance, act, write songs. I try to bake from time to time.
Where's the cake?
There's a good amount of cake, It's got to be baked.
Wow, it's a good drink.
On that note.
We like to start with something called Two Truths and a Lie. Do you know how this works?
Yes.
You're up.
Yes, I do. I have 11 siblings. I've dated a guy and a girl openly at the same time with their knowledge and been dumped by both of them in a matter of a couple of weeks.
Wow.
I have a last name, Ialekwe.
Okay. I'm gonna say the first one's a lie.
The 11 siblings?
Yep.
No, that's true.
Ah, shit, really?
That's true. Yeah, I have 11 siblings.
So what?
So far.
So far.
I did date two guys once openly at the same time.
Okay.
And they both dumped me after a couple of weeks.
How did you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, I wrote a lot of songs about it.
Okay, there you go.
I learned a lot.
The first EP.
Yeah. Mainly what I've come to understand, is that I didn't really know how to hold both hearts, like in the best way that I could. That's why that happened.
Recently gave up vaping. When I eat eggs, it's 10 at a time. And I walk the Great Wall of China.
Damn, I don't know.
How's your water?
Sparkling. I reckon you brought in Wes for more ammunition. I reckon that's
All right.
a lie.
You reckon that's a lie? All right.
I mean, when you say it like that, but yeah, I mean, I'm hoping. Oh yeah, no, I take it back. You I don't think you ever vaped.
You don't think I've ever vaped?
No, I don't think you ever did it fully. I'm trying to picture you vaping and I just cannot see it. Like, maybe you tried it, maybe, but I don't reckon. And that could be wrong. And that's the name of the game. Risk.
I have never vaped. I never gave up vaping.
Yes! Yes! Yes, thank God I asked you again, hey, because
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, cheers to that.
cheers. Just so you know, I am very shy when it comes to food.
Why?
Truthfully, it's a vulnerable story. Publicly, it's more like...
Do you like lemon?
Yeah, I'll take some lemon. It's beautiful to eat. It's beautiful to experience food and be present in that and to see it. But oddly enough, growing up, just the way that I did, money-wise, we didn't get to restaurants or anything like that. Food was a different experience and we didn't always have it. And, my mom worked super hard 3 jobs for it. No, I have a very particular thing about food. And so, but it's a testament, I'll tell you, it's a testament to your good vibe because I'm like, you want me to do that on camera? You know what?
So
I'm just gonna, oh wow, this is
sick. So this is pappardelle pasta and it's actually delicious. It's
my favorite.
It's every guest that I've had on here, no pressure, that's their favorite.
Cool, all right.
So
I'll
get on in there,
just
do it. So what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Go to Berlin because should I expand on that?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, all my friends were doing this Europe trip from when they were 18 to or through their early to mid 20s. I feel like Aussies go to Europe so much. It's such a thing. They do that 6-week thing.
Yeah.
If they're lucky to do it. And I'm I was always seeing this growth that was coming from everyone. Man, Europe seems like it's got a different vibe. Berlin especially, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Anyway, then I'm I want to have my 6 weeks, but honestly, I was so fortunate, but it's just working so much, never got a chance to go anywhere. Yes, what is this?
Burrata. Cheese.
Okay, great. I didn't give myself holidays, and I didn't really like believe in them. Is this whole thing mine? Have you already taken your half?
Oh, you want the whole thing now?
No.
That's
Like, have you taken?
Well, you can have the whole thing if you want.
No.
Go, you go.
No.
Gone from like, I don't eat on camera.
Yeah, to like,
I'm just gonna have this whole.
is this whole thing mine? You're taking yours, yeah.
Should I be like this?
This is a transformation.
Should I do those like old ice cream
No,
commercials?
you just
Be
go for
like,
That's so funny. There's one little slither. That's so funny. No, go, you go.
Yeah, all right, I'm doing
It's
it.
all you. So Berlin, like, and why Berlin out of all the places in Europe though?
Yeah, it's funny. I think I wanted to challenge myself, right? So I talk about like being shy with food. I was shy with like so much, and I just heard so many stories about Berlin. And I was like, I want to be broken open, like break me open. I don't want to be shy no more. Like, I was just ready. I was in a
Yeah.
more explorative
Yeah.
space in my life, and okay, I
Yeah.
definitely licked this small cake. Right, that's mine. They're both
You're
mine.
not sick, right?
No.
It's fine.
Excellent.
Go for it.
Yeah, and then like I finally was like, cool. Actually, a work opportunity took me to
Yeah.
took me to France.
France is
And
good.
then- And then another opportunity would have me in Spain 6 weeks later, and I'm like, that sounds like a 6-week Europe trip to me.
It
because
does.
A film had just gotten cancelled.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, film got cancelled. I was sad about it. And then I'm like, wait, I could just do a 6-week Europe trip. Then as soon as I get there, it gets put back on. And I'm like, yes, this is great. This is great. This is great. This is awesome. Yeah, and it's even better than what I thought it was gonna be. And at the same time, I'm like, yeah, 6-week find myself trip. Well, I've been working on here and I'm here. And I'm like, you know what? I got 4 days. All right, I can go to Berlin, and I can like, I know that I can't cram 6 weeks into 4 days, but Berlin felt like you could maybe like,
Yeah.
that was the spot. That seemed like the most challenging place for me to go at that time in my life.
And did you find Keiynan? You said like that was your finding yourself trip.
I would say this. I'll say this. I learned how to say no in a way that was very special, and I learned how to say yes in a way that was very special.
How's that play? That's a very interesting. If you can zoom into that.
What do you mean?
Look at that.
Oh,
I mean,
the
it's just
combination.
the combination is quite interesting. Don't you reckon?
What does this mean, right? What does this mean? Because
You got-
I mix things.
Same. With this, the burrata and the tomato and the
Yeah.
pappardelle. I mean, it's good.
I've barely even gotten in. I've just been talking too much.
You don't eat a lot.
I can eat really big portions, but like sometimes I'm just, especially if I'm in this, if I'm in the zone, man.
Yeah.
If I'm in the studio or writing, or I'm so obsessed, I forget to eat. It's such a cliche story, but I do. It's just the last thing I'm thinking of, or I'm just ordering.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, like especially if I'm in LA and I'm around like other musos.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's not even a question. And then I get around other people and they're like, we can also cook. Oh yeah.
Can you cook?
I can make good breakfast.
Like toast, butter, a good egg on top of that, or maybe some
I mean,
cheese.
lots of eggs, like, eggs, mushrooms, kale, avocado.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll fry banana.
Nice.
Fried banana.
Yeah. My best friend said it to me as a joke like 10 years ago. And I thought he was being serious. And I did it and I was like, bro, this is amazing.
Just brown it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm willing to try that.
Yeah. That was honestly before I was having plantains.
Plantains are so good.
Yes.
Ah,
They're so good.
they're so good.
Yeah. But yeah, I can cook all right. Really like baking.
You know what? I do too. Yeah. What's your favorite thing to bake?
Well, chocolate. I love chocolate.
Me too. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Like if I'm having like a treat day, give me like a family-sized block of chocolate and like a bag of chips, and I'm happy.
I like that you said a treat day, not a cheat day.
Oh, that's very intentional. I don't say cheat. I say treat because you can't cheat on food. You don't want to demonize food. You know? You heard that?
Felt that.
People need to know that. Like, you can't
Wow.
cheat on food. Don't feel guilty for eating. There's no food's just different kinds of food. There's no evil or angelic food. It's not how it works. So you've been in projects like Love, Simon, The Flash, the Divergent series. What has been the most meaningful one that you've had and why?
It just depends on the time that I did them. You know what I mean? And what they hold for me at different times is different. The significance they hold is different. I usually say Love, Simon because because it was such a particular cohesion of story in the film and the work and personal life. Right after I filmed it, came out properly, you know? I mean, I came out. I didn't just like step out.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Yeah.
And then that was a whole thing, you know? And then going in and promoting the show, the film. Very special because, so surreal. Never thought my life was going to go that way. Specifically planned my life not to go that way.
Really?
And
what do you mean?
An embracing of sexuality is not something I'd planned on doing. But, you know, and since then it's been such a really rich, not easy, but a really rich journey. You know, each project has sort of done that in many ways. Divergent was the first American job I ever had. I did like Australian show at Dance Academy, first acting gig, and then like a year after, like flew to America and signed on to this like 3-movie picture deal with all these crazy folks, and that changed my life.
Crazy.
Changed my life. I'm like, what? And then now in present day, we've got like this. Oh yes.
What? Tell me. Go.
It's called Swift Street.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And
What's Swift Street? Tell us.
it's an Australian show. It's gonna be on SBS. Shot that in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Mostly in Preston. I get to portray a young man who is in a particular place in his life that I felt like, while I have a whole different life. There's many parts of our journey that have really aligned and or that we have mirrored one another. And I felt I could play him to the best truth. I'd taken a bit of time from acting before I did it. And since I met the director, Tig Terrera, and I saw the work, I saw the script, right? There's just every part of it was just such a phenomenal experience. And it was all like, yeah, this is right. And it's like, you know, one of Australia's first, like, mostly African Australian led.
Wow.
Project.
That's
like
awesome.
this,
I love that.
In this way.
That's so good.
It was very empowering. It was so fun. Skate a box, skate up with a character.
Why were you scared to do that? Because you're a physical guy, like you
yeah.
So it's like
I was up against just my own mind in many ways, and like I'm so grateful to that job and that character Tom, because I was like I worked through so much through that. You know, he's working through so much, and one of those things was, you know, again, a truer sense of self and what does strength mean to me? What is masculinity to me? You know, that was a big one.
Yeah.
You know, what is sensitivity to me? What is the heart? I forgot about it, and I'd just come from a space where like all I felt compelled to do was like wear a bunch of dresses and rainbows and everything. And then I went to a whole other space which I wasn't expecting, which is like I just want to be in all black with my hoodie on, and like this is where I'm at. And I then began having different wars about masculinity in my head, again, but in a new way.
Like what? What sort of wars? What do you mean?
I just felt like I started not feeling man enough. So really caring about what man was. Ultimately, I was just stretching myself to go to these different limits and embracing these parts of what it is to be a man. That was almost my thing, but for some reason I overcomplicated it. I was nervous to play Tom, you know, because I knew I would be confronting different false things, different false old patterns that I was holding on to. That it's like so not relevant to me anymore. What I think or society really. You know, but in many ways, in different pockets of places, that's a massive pressure.
Yeah.
For everybody, sexuality, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think the pressure of what it is to be a man and what the journey and connection is to emotion and expression of emotion, expression of the heart. That is such a fascinating conversation. In many ways, very painful, and for Tom, it's very painful.
I feel like the constructs around that it's such a conversation that needs to be had more amongst men, because what society tells you to be, this is who you are.
Yeah.
And it is changing, but it's still so old school and archaic, like just prehistoric.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and then at the same time, tell me what you think. Do you? I still feel this like urge. I'm like, I want to be tough.
Yeah.
I want to be tough, and I want to be this, and I want to show.
Yeah.
I don't have any emotion like that. I just have sometimes a craving of that, and then like a pull to the complete other side. Trying to make it a dance, like a nice smooth.
You can kind of, you can do both. You can. I feel like it's both. I feel like real masculinity is both things. It's not just all staunch and like I don't care about anything, and I'm like, you know. But then it's also, I don't think it's all the way over to the other extreme of emotional sensitivity. And I think a real man, like a strong man, is someone who can embrace that and be vulnerable, but then also rise to the occasion and not be, for lack of better words, like self-helpy to invest in the emotional sensitivity part of everything, where you forget if it's innate in you.
Forget to turn it on.
Exactly. You know, and
So let's go.
yeah, let's go. Like, let's get those fries in, you know, like let's do
Let's get
like,
the fries in. I'm gonna be vulnerable and also strong.
No, but it's true though. Like, and I think it's an ongoing conversation in our industry as well, man. Like, it's a big one.
Wait, is this our water?
It's like, is this all mine? Is this? So you released a mixtape called the Heart Defence. How has that creative process been compared to your first EP that you put out?
Whoa, my first EP. Whoa.
Yeah.
The first EP I ever put out isn't even online anymore. You know, it's interesting because that EP was like super dark, all black and white imagery. The next project was album, which was like the rainbow. You know? I feel like this mixtape is like, it's part of the process of creating harmony between these dark and light spaces in thought, expression, music, you know, or even aesthetic. Like, it's just a mix. I feel like even sonically, first EP was way more R&B, alternative, dark R&B, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
R&B is already a little bit emo and beautiful, but like, it was full emo, you know, it was nice. And it was a lot of processing and healing. I was really proud of it. The next album was maybe, I say eccentric pop, I don't even know how to describe it. So we went everywhere.
Yeah.
Basically we were like, how about we just go everywhere?
That works.
We did that, that was fun.
Yeah.
And that was a lot. And this is like picking some shades from the EP and then a couple colors from the album.
The pop eccentric.
That's what the mixtape is sonically. It's R&B. It's got its dark moments, but it's like, I think it's sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you write your songs more with the melody first.
Yeah.
And then you record that into your phone, and then the words sort of come out later.
Did I tell you that?
No, I did my research, man. I told you. Does that still hold true now, or has that process changed as well? Like the way you make the songs, the way you write?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Through this mixtape. I mean, there's another project, which is a lot of different collaboration, and that was a unique way. But this mixtape, like 4 or 5 of the songs, including like Don't Be Such is the one that I had like the most fun with it on, because I think I had done it already a few times. And normally, I hum a melody when I hear the music, and then I record it into my phone. I play around, I hear some of the lyrics. But for like 4 or 5 of the songs on the mixtape, I just heard the tracks. Immediately it was like, okay, I'll write to it, or it was like 2 a.m. and I'm like, I gotta write this shit. Like, put the headphones on, the mic, and just go straight in there. And sometimes I would just go line by line.
Yeah.
Still like to get a melody going, but I wanted to strengthen my freestyling abilities and trust them more, to say like, no, what you just let come out is right.
Yeah.
That's the story, just trust it, just go. And so that's a muscle.
I think so too.
And it was nice to flex that a bit more on this mixtape. Probably not as well as like a lot of MCs can do it, a lot of rappers. I guess it's a little inspired by that.
Yeah, I think so too, because it's like when you go in there, it's usually even the first vocal take. That's usually like the best, because it's like your instinct, it's what's coming out. And then you go, should we just go again? You always try to find like another there, like another perfect take. But I feel like that first take, or that first freestyle take, is really good. Because it's truthful, right?
It's truthful, but it's not like I don't freestyle the whole thing and I'm like, yeah, got it.
Jay-Z.
Like, no way. No. I can do that with melodies.
Yeah.
But it would be like, okay, I just got 1st, 4th, 10th, 11th line, you know, like that's it. And then I'm like, let me freestyle again, knowing that that's the line 4, and just go, ooh, and then let the pieces come together. Yeah.
I have to say Crash and Don't Be Such are the 2 that jumped out at me the most on first listen all the way through. What were they inspired by, those 2 songs? Because they're very different sonically, like completely different tempo-wise and subject matter, but what was the inspiration behind those 2?
I mean, obviously I write about love, about love. Both Crash and Don't Be Such are different expressions of a part in a relationship, confusion, you know. Crash is definitely like, I mean, it's more clear. It's less abstract as maybe Don't Be Such a way, but Crash is like, you know, let's slow down. Let's slow down. Just
Slow on
get
down.
crazy. I feel crazy. You feel crazy. Let's just, how do we?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Don't be such a. And also, Crash was also just like, my producer Dan Obey just started playing the guitar. As soon as he hit that guitar, me and actually another writer named Keiynan
Yep.
Tay,
Keiynan too.
we were like, oh yeah, this is it.
This is it. Don't judge me.
And we'd written a couple tracks, but not like that. So that was awesome. Don't Be Such a there was a lot more frustration.
You can hear it
I recorded it from home.
on Logic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I can like sort of vocal produce on Logic.
Very nice.
Enough to get the demos going.
Mm-hmm.
And then for this project, my engineer is Pax on the beat. So I basically get it to a sound and a space that I'm like, this is the world. You know? Some of them I'm like, I don't know, fully the world. But
Yeah.
I think with this mixtape, they have their sound and then his task and ours together while I'm sort of like trying to, steer some things. And then he takes it to a harder level in terms of quality of the sound. I don't know, once you start in your room and then you're with another person,
Yeah.
it's like, the right touches to add are so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can often like see it like blind spots and like, hey, let's
Yeah.
tweak that, make that better.
Yeah.
Or cut that.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, no, you don't cut that because da 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 da. And then I go,
keep that.
And I'm like, yo, he was right. It's totally right.
He was right.
He was absolutely right. But sometimes you can't hear it until you gotta just like, I'm trying to learn always to recognize like what is me holding on to a demo versus what is me holding on to a crucial element. Like that element is crucial because here and that's for sure. And other times you can just let it go.
Are you a perfectionist?
No.
The reason why I asked that is because you were saying sometimes you find it hard to like, okay, is this important to keep in the song or is just my ego? What is it? And so perfectionism was like, I need to keep everything from the demo. So
I would say yes and no.
Okay.
Because I've always actually answered yes. This is the first time I answered no. It's a lot of first today.
There you go. All
I'm
right.
just seeing things a bit differently.
It's good.
I would say no. Like I have definitely been a perfectionist.
Yeah.
What did I write? I wrote something today actually. I'm very particular. Like when I know we've found something worth having that attention to detail.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily perfection, like it's got to be perfect, because I realized, and this mixtape also helped, but realizing like it will never be a perfect thing, right? Because I'll come listen the next day, things always stick out and change, but I've gotten way better at being like, it's not perfect, but it's time.
I like that.
It's time. Therefore, here it is. This is what it is. I think it's cool. And sometimes I'm like, I got other songs, or I got this over here to like feel this thing out with. I like where this sits, or I like the marks and the bruises. It's fun, I guess. It doesn't have to be a mixtape to be like this, but like I intentionally kept a lot of the messy stuff because
I get it.
Yeah, because I was like, I just feel like that's what.
Yeah, the feeling, right? Like
it's part of the environment of what helped make the song come together. And sometimes you want to hide that because you want to create a different experience and a fantasy or something, or other world musically. But other times you want that's your environment. You want it. But
I love that. So what's something that you're not very good at?
I would love to say I'm a really great cook. And I'll say spiritually, yes. Yep. I'm all right, but I don't do it enough. And I don't have that flow that I see like other people just like flow.
Like what do you mean a flow? Like what do you mean? Like what are you trying to make?
Sometimes I have a flow. Like a flow state of cooking. It's not being like, made this amazing thing. I can feel that way with baking. But yeah, not great at that. Not like the best swimmer.
Really?
Like that. No. Not the best at riding a bike,
You can't ride a bike?
I can, man. I can ride a bike. I can.
Because one of my mates was like, he's always like giving me shit saying, black people can't swim. I'm like, that's a stereotype.
I know. I actually live to that stereotype. Like I live to it. Can't float. Love the fried chicken. Like that's what brought me back from.
You like fried chicken?
Love it.
I make fried chicken.
Back from. You make it. You make fried chicken.
That's really good too.
Amazing. All right. Next time we hang, that's what's happening.
Why didn't you bring a baking offering? if you're like, I'm really, because you said baking like maybe 5 times a day. So I feel like you want me to know that.
No, I'm trying to put pressure on myself to actually bake more. Because now that the mixtape's coming out, I'm like telling myself, well, yeah, the work's done.
The work's
I
done.
can bake now.
Maybe you could have like, you know, your performances and then have like a bake sale on the side of the
That would
stage.
be mad.
We got merch, we got cake, we got,
The cookies,
Brownies.
we got
Yeah.
special brownies.
yeah.
Like,
You know what? Have you had some of this?
no. Let's do it.
Just keep on eating.
Thank you.
How has having a Nigerian father and an Australian Irish Danish mother helped affect your view of the world?
Oh, it's so nuanced, hey. I do love my view on the world. I do love recognizing humanity and unity and what binds us together. Can see what separates us. Sometimes it sucks.
Yeah.
But I can see and I can feel and I believe in what unites us. And my dad and I, we're only really the past like 2 years.
Really?
Like, started a relationship.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but he was there, you know. Wasn't there, and I was like, chill with it. I was like, my mom's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's been an interesting and beautiful journey. Getting to, you know, put some work into that and learn more about something that I didn't have there when I was growing up. Also, like my siblings, like some of my siblings were born over there. The culture, the food, the dancing, you know. And then you have my mom, who was like such a warrior. They're both at different times, but you know, in particular, my mom, she was there, imparted such like crazy gifts, and that's why I'm here today. And I think, you know, my view on the world being a place where like it is really messed up in so many ways, but also look at all the gifts, utilize those gifts to make it even greater,
Yeah.
much greater. Not even just a little bit, but way better, you know? Mum was like, dream, like, you know, like so special, so cute. And there's parts of my life where I didn't really appreciate it as much, I didn't understand. And I was, you know, quickly humbled. And, you know, the power of a parent giving a gift of belief is so important for everyone, you know?
Yep.
Not to make you believe in something crazy.
You're a really good cook. Keep on cooking, son.
No, actually,
You can really-
I wish she said that. I wish she was like, get in the kitchen more, you know?
You know, when your parents tell the kids, like, it was so amazing, like, you know, when they perform, like, it was terrible. Like, why you, like, if they're good, you should nurture that, but if they're not, then what are you?
Oh yeah, I mean, my mom was like, when I was like trying to learn how to sing,
What?
she probably was like, I didn't say that. But she absolutely walked past my door once and she was like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm singing.
I'm practicing to sing. She's like, I know, but it doesn't sound good.
That is hilarious. That's so funny.
I'm like, I know, Mom. Go. I'm working on it. Please. And she's like, I'm just okay. I'm just saying. Because normally she's just like, you know, hyping me up, but she's kept it real with me.
That's
So
funny.
the moment when she was like, you sound really good, you know, I was like, yeah, good. Okay, cool. That's when I put myself out there a bit more with the music, you know, but also I had worked on it a lot.
She sounds funny.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, you know, it's just.
Yeah. It's hurting.
Yeah,
It hurts the ears. So like,
It's like, can you hear the dogs? They're down. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I'm so glad you like Don't Be Such A.
Why?
Because I don't think I've made a song like that, and I don't know. It's just different on there. I'm okay.
I like how you're like sitting there, like eating out of
I'm
beginning. Well, I like it because it was, you could feel what was behind it, and I love the pre-chorus, like the progression, a lot. It was very hooky, even though it's a very emotional song. You can tell it's based on experience. It jumped out at me for like straight away. It stuck. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I really like it. You're singing, man. You're singing on that track.
Singing.
It's good.
Singing.
Keiynan, what cheers you up on a bad day? Birds.
Yes. Birds. They're a good reminder, you know, when they're singing. You're like, oh yeah, thank you. And then, you know what I did today? So I started to feel a bit weird. I think I was just lots going on.
Why?
Just lots going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mixtape,
Banter the BC, you know.
performances like Banter. Yeah, actually, you know, because I like to come on and be intentional, and I'm like, no, I don't always do that. And I was just feeling like, man, what am I feeling? Funky? No, I feel good. Just went training, did this, good day. And then I was there with the plants because we have this nice little garden in our home, this like light world garden. I don't spend nearly enough time there. Spent some good time with the plants today, all kinds of plants.
Nice.
And then just danced. I just started moving because I realized, I have a lot of energy, and I think I've been doing particular like a lot of work, you know, physically, body-wise, everything. A lot of stuff's been coming up with me,
Yeah.
you know, emotionally too. And I'm in a good place, but you know, like I used to fall deep into really sad spots.
Really?
To deep depressed spots, you know, welling things up a lot. And so I can recognize when those feelings are there. And that's why I love dance, because it reminds me like, there's nothing wrong with these feelings. You just gotta know what to do with them. For me, in my case, I have to move them. I have to move them around. And thank God I do, and thank God I have that reminder actually, because doing it, smoke a J, moving around, dance with the plants, listen to music, you're like, cool, it's a meditation.
Yeah.
And it just connects back to earth, it connects back to like, it's grounding, you know? It connects back to self. And it's like, okay, I can get out of my head and into my body.
Yeah.
That's the best thing for me to do. Aside from that, if I'm super, super sad, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. That's a wrap.
Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm just like, let me like have some chocolate. Let me like curl up and just
What's your
stay in
favorite
the
chocolate?
bed.
Like your go-to, like this is always going to be really good.
Well-
This never lets me down.
A chocolate muffin never lets me down. Like a triple
I mean, I've
chocolate
had
muffin never-
bad one. From where? Like you bake it? Are you talking about like a store-bought situation?
I mean, sometimes they slap, but not in a good way. You know, it's like, but it's like also wow. But no, like really good ones. I mean, like, you know, and I can generally tell from the outside. If I'm super desperate, like I'll get that chocolate muffin. No, it's not gonna be good. But I don't really do that as much anymore. I'm just like, all right. So that I always know is good, but I like to explore with my chocolate bars. So I love to just come upon a brand new bar or brand new flavor, never tried. Like, all right, you know, because I think, I found out
What?
through my dad that my grandpa used to run a cacao farm. Like,
See, it's in the mix. It's in the sauce.
yeah, so
There you
like,
go.
Whoa, that's why. Cool, glad I'm getting to know you there, because like I've been obsessed with chocolate for a while. I can put it somewhere. Like,
So let's taste it then. Let's bring it on next time,
yes.
or when we hang.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
That is really interesting
Like
that
the
yeah.
epigenetics of chocolate in your
It's wild.
DNA.
Right? Because I'm like, I'm actually super passionate about it. Like,
A chocolate.
yeah.
Me too.
But I haven't learned enough. You probably know more than me in certain ways. Like,
How to eat
tell me
it?
about your,
Yeah. No,
tell me
I
about your chocolate, you know?
I love Cadbury. I love Whittaker's. Whittaker's is my favorite
They're good.
because it's bigger too. Cadbury's, I feel like it's shrunk. I mean, no shade to Cadbury, but it's just like I do love like caramel or Cadbury top deck. I'm Turkish delight, but I do love my Whittaker's because it's bigger and really good produce.
Like the coconut. With it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please sponsor us.
Can you please, Whittaker's? Come on.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
You know what's good too? The Tonys. Is it Tonys?
Yeah, the salted caramel.
That's very good. I haven't had the salted caramel.
That's gonna change your life. You
Really?
should get some after this.
Wow. Their chocolate is great.
Maybe chocolatiers and a side hustle in your future.
No, for sure. It is. I literally have a song on my first album called Chocolate because I said to the co-writers that day, I said, look, what are you going through? What are you feeling? Like, how do you want to express this? I said, I want to write a song about chocolate. They were like, yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
no, I'm like, I don't, maybe we won't. You know, we don't have to do it. But if we can. Yeah.
That's funny.
It'll be great. And at the end, we end up saying like, life is chocolate, you know? Chocolate's key. And
I like that.
yeah.
Put in your Instagram bio. Chocolate is the key. Life is chocolate.
Key. Life is chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I always overthink the bio.
Why?
Lock in with that.
Why do you ever think it?
Oh, I just change it sometimes, or I just like leave it. But I'm like, that's a nice. I feel like that's something that can just stay there for a long time, and it always feels relevant.
It's universal.
It's universal and it's loving, and It's also
It's loving. It is. It is true. It is true.
yes, it's the truth.
And that's actually super surprising to me that you said that you overthink it, because you come off as someone who does whatever they want and you don't overthink, which is interesting.
Do I actually?
Well, I think
Well,
based
yeah.
on like your
Okay.
choices that you've made in the past, or like the bold choices, and you're out there.
I
And
have my moments. I'm Sagittarius. You know, I'm still Sag.
what does that mean?
Sagittarius are like, I think we're wild. You know, like we are free. We just like, you know, we can be impulsive, of course, and lots of people, but
Yeah.
like we're called to adventure.
Yeah.
We can be super loyal. I think to a fault at times, but we are just like, we love to experience new.
Yeah. I'm Pisces. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm.
I have to go deeper with understanding Pisces to be able to say it back to you.
And to finish things off, I'm going to hit you with some fast trivia. You ready for this?
Sure.
The name of the most famous dish in Nigeria is called?
Jollof rice?
Yep, correct. Which artist is referred to as the king of R&B and is one of the best-selling artists of all time, with 80 million records sold worldwide?
It's gotta be Usher.
Correct.
Oh, thank God.
On a streak. Who wrote the novel that Love, Simon is based on?
Becky Albertella. I'm gonna butcher her last name. Becky. She is the sweetest woman, and to know that story came from her, and to get to work with her then, and she was always on the set of the film every day, like as much as she could be, and that's why, along with everyone else that worked in that film, that's why like it had so much love and for creating that book. You know, turned into something so wild.
Final question. Zoe Saldana's film debut was in which dance movie?
Oh, Center Stage.
Too easy. Made it too easy for you.
No, you took care of me. Yeah.
I did.
Thank you.
Keiynan, thanks so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it, man. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. You do that again? Stream the Heart Defence Mixtape now. If you love this episode of Banter with BC, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.